Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing okay. Well, better than okay. All right, so I have been making lots of stuff, lots of tags. You know, sometimes when I'm sort of in between journal projects, it's hard to figure out what I'm going to do, you know, since I do this basically full time. I like to have something going all the time, and you know, making tags and envelopes and embellishments and things like that are, you know, one of the best ways to sort of find inspiration and just stay busy. I do have a tendency to sort of go overboard when it comes to doing that. So I've gone a little nuts, and I've made quite a few tags, and I'm, you know, with the intention of adding them to journals, but also to do some tag packs to put in my shop. I haven't offered any of those for quite a while. One thing I'd like to do is have some way to kind of store them, you know, to basically like something that I can fill up with tags, and they could just be like tucked into a journal or something, and that way you'd have like a sort of a supply of tags that you can put into your journals wherever you want. And so I thought I'd make some kind of envelope or a little pamphlet or something like that. And so what I came up with was just a little, basically an envelope, but it would open like that and have like a pocket here and a pocket here, and you could just stick tags in there, and then it would close up either with you know, some kind of tie or maybe a magnet or something like that. And so I thought I could do some larger ones for larger tags. So anyways, I have not made this, but I do kind of have it in my head. So let's see if we can figure it out. So I'm trying to use up the remainder of this book. This is one of those architectural graphic standards books. So this is what I have left of the one that I had. And because I got a new one, and so I'm trying to use this one up. And I just love it. It's just awesome paper. It's really soft and thick paper. So basically what I've done is I've glued together 2 pages, okay? And I haven't torn them out yet, but these are all 2 pages. So let me just do a couple more, and then we'll tear them out, and we'll figure out what we're going to do for those pockets, and then we'll do some collaging on them, and you know, kind of make them pretty, and maybe a little bit more sturdy, you know, because when you collage paper onto them, obviously you're making it thicker and a little bit heavier, and so that will make them more durable. So I'm trying to make sure I get a good coat of glue because I don't want bubbles in there. And then you know, really getting it on there tight. So, okay, so that's 2 pages. And then I also think it would be cool to do like a half-page one, but I'm not going to do that right now. I just, you know, so what basically for that I would just fold this in half, and then add glue here, and then, you know, and that way I could just tear it out. So anyways, let me tear off a couple of these, and well, I'll just tear out the ones that I glued already. Okay, and then well, these are some other book pages that I've glued together from a different book. I'm not going to work on those today, but so what I want to do also is I want to have a tab here. So I'm going to just think I'm just going to go ahead and put the tab on now like I did on those first two. And I like to use a little bit sturdier glue for that, so I'm using the Scotch permanent glue stick. And I actually got, you know, into the, well, I signed up for the Amazon affiliate program, so I'm going to start adding some Amazon links in my videos, so that if I talk about something that I purchase on Amazon, you guys can go grab it if you want to, you know, make that a little bit more accessible. So rather than, you know, you going and searching and blah, 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 it'll be right there. So, yeah, so I wanted to make sure I added the tab now because that's where I'm going to fold up to. And I want to make sure that, you know, that it's in the right spot. Okay. So I'm just folding that up. And then I'm going to fold this down. Oh, and I should have done it the other way, but I should have started at the bottom. But it's okay. The text will be upside down on this one. See, if I did my tab, here, wait, if I turn the page upside down to begin with, and then add the tab, this glue is kind of messy. Add the tab here, basically at the bottom of the page, right? That way when I fold this up, the text will be right side up on the outside of the envelope. See how that works? So now my text is the right way up here and here. So we'll just go ahead and work on this one since that one will probably drive me crazy. Even though I'm probably going to wind up covering most of the text, I don't know. In case it pops through, I like it to be right side up. So then let's just grab, I have kind of a stack of just, you know, random paper that I'm trying to use up before I tear open any new pages, before I tear into any new book pages. So let's get these used. These are my used up. Okay, I don't want to use this glue stick for this. I bought some of the Elmers Extra Strength glue sticks because they had a good deal on them. Usually I use the all-purpose one, but I saw these are actually a little bit bigger. They're 0.88 ounces. These are 0.77 ounces. So if I like these better and the price is right, then I'll buy these. I don't know if these are new or whatever, but I hadn't seen them on Amazon before. So anyways, I'm just gonna basically do some collaging with book paper on here. And it'll all get trimmed up and stuff, so if there's any like weird edges and stuff sticking out, they'll get trimmed off. Boy, I have not made a video for a long time. But you know, maybe I'll get back in the swing of things here. So I thought I would just try to do something, I don't know, something different, something kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah. I use a baby wipe to sort of like wipe off the excess glue, but also it helps to like smooth down the paper. And I think that little bit of moisture from the baby wipe helps the paper adhere better. I don't know. And it really gets the edges really nice. So just collaging and adding different textures and different tones of paper, that kind of stuff. I want something a little bit darker now. That's kind of cool. It's not that much darker, but it's kind of cool. Wait, I like that better. So sometimes I apply the glue onto the base instead of the piece that I'm, no, I like this better, instead of the piece that I'm gluing on if I feel like it's kind of fragile, like it won't hold up to adding the glue to it, you know. So I'll add the glue to the base instead. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then just a little bit of dictionary page. And then I'm going to also do the flap. Okay, so this will dry just a little bit, and then I'll trim it up. So let's add a little bit of something on here. So I'm just going to do that right in the almost center. Let's see. Let's do something like this. And I'm going to go over this just a little bit. I'm going to be stitching around the, you know, the borders of this too. So this is a piece of a French hymnal that I got from Karla, my buddy Karla. So I'm just going to glue that kind of coming out onto that tab a little bit, but I'm trying to be careful that I'm not creating an area where I have to do a lot of detailed trimming right around that edge. All right, and then let's do something right here. How about some of this dictionary? Or actually, I think this is a encyclopedia. You guys see okay? Okay. All right, and then I'm just gonna put that right on the edge so that I don't have to trim that, and since it's a straight edge, it works out really well. And then let's do this little corner. I'm going to add another piece of this hymnal right there. Okay, and then I'll trim this up. And I might add some washi tape and stuff like that on here too. And probably some type of flower or botanical type of images or something. Something pretty. These are my glue scissors, so these are the scissors that I don't mind if I get glue on them. Okay, and then this is actually pretty good. And then I'm going to leave that kind of raw edge on there. I like that. And trim this up. being careful not to cut into the fold. And I suppose I could do some collaging on the back too, but I'm not going to worry about doing that right now. Okay, so there. So it'll fold like that. All right, I have glue somewhere up here. All right, and then let's see. I want to do, I'm going to add a little bit of masking tape. Let me ink it up a little bit. So I like to just ink the edge of the the tape on the roll. I don't know, I just like the way it looks. So just add a little strip of, I add glue with it, just to make sure that it doesn't start, you know, peeling up later on down the road. Put a strip on the flap too. Okay. And then let's do, I'm going to use a piece of this wider washi tape. There, and then another little strip of it right here. I don't know, I guess I could have put the tab, you know, down here on the flap, but I like the idea of having it over there on the side for some reason, because that way when it's like in your book, you'll have that tab sticking out, and I want to put a charm on there, so I wanted it to sort of be out of the way, you know. That was like my thought process on that. So, okay. And then yeah, so I could add something else on the back, to make that a little bit sturdier. I think I will. I'm going to add some more book pages on the back. Some more book paper. I'll just feel better about it. It'll just feel more sturdy that way. Executive decision. I'm going to try to just go right up to the edge so I don't have to do a lot of trimming. Let's see. Sorry, this is probably boring watching me glue paper. Maybe, I don't know. I like watching people glue paper though. Okay. Yeah, see, and I'm covering up all the text now, so me worrying about it being right side up is, you know, whatever. Let's actually use a little bit of this, of that book. Whoops, I want to tear this edge so I don't have a sharp edge of paper on the inside of that panel or whatever. Okay. There we go. And I just had that little tiny corner there. Let's add a little piece of a ledger, some ledger paper right there. There, so that worked out perfect. Okay, so I have basically collaged that the whole side of the, what are we calling these? What am I calling this thing? I don't know, portfolio thing or something. Okay, let me get rid of this stack. And then I'll find something interesting to put on there. I mean, you could do like just any kind of images or something like that. Or not. I mean, you could just leave it like that too. I think that's actually kind of pretty. Let's see. Wait a second. Here they are. I was looking for this box. Okay. So it could be anything, you know, just something. Let's see, that's kind of cool. This little let's tear that out. Yeah, and then we'll just put like a label or something on there too. Let's see. I'm going to tear this off because I was going to see if I want to add something over here. Okay. So I'm going to ink the edge of this little guy. Just, you know, very roughly torn out. Trim that edge off. Okay, and then just to give it a little bit of color over on this side. Trim this. Oh God, I hope I didn't cut through that. Okay. All right. So there, I think that's kind of cool. Just a little bit of color and some nice collaging and yeah. Now let's see. I'd like to put a label on there. You know, because that way you could, you know, label it. I mean, you could add I mean, I could just put like a little Denison style label on that. That might be kind of cool. Just on the, I'm going to put a charm on here too, so I don't want to cover up the whole thing, but yeah, I think that would be cute on there. There. Used a heavier glue because I want it to be sturdy. But I'm going to put another one over here. I think. Yeah. I don't remember where I got these from. These are some Denison style labels that I printed from somewhere. I don't remember. Okay. I just inked around the edge of it just to kind of take off that whiteness. All right, so I sort of want this to dry a little bit, but let's figure out what I'm going to make these pockets out of. And I think I'm just going to actually use this other book. I've glued 2 pages together, so it's a little thicker. It's like a lightweight cardstock weight now, you know. Whoops, wrong lid. Okay, so this is 2 pages of book page. I know, let's just put some kind of like image on there. Okay, I need to make sure that the pockets aren't too tall, because I want there to be plenty of space inside for like expansion, you know. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Okay, so I was just basically measuring how tall I wanted my pockets to be. So I'm going to tear this. Bye, Aaliyah. Have a good day.
I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's basically the size that I want to make the pockets. They're going to be open on one edge, or actually 2 sides, so they're going to be stitched on like here and here and here and here. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to just glue a little bit more book page on here, just to make that a little bit thicker also, a little heavier. I like to make pockets, you know, durable, right? And we'll add some dictionary page. And this is just to give it a background. I'm gonna be adding an image on there, but this is just to give it some kind of a little bit of a background. Oops, and to, oops, dang it. Add some thickness to the pocket paper, I mean. Okay, one more little thing. Let's see. Ooh, this is my favorite. My other favorite. Of course, it's too skinny. Okay, oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to ink this because I want to just give it a little bit of contrast. There. There we go. Sorry if you guys can hear Momo in the background. She's not feeling good this morning. Okay. Let me trim this up. Okay. And then I'm going to fold it in half just to give me a measurement on half, and then tear it. Oops. That's all right. Not a huge deal. Okay. Let me straighten this up. It's because the paper is a little bit like wet, kind of, from the glue and stuff and the baby wipe. So, and then I want to add just a little image. I need to figure out which one is going to be the top pocket and which one's the bottom pocket. So this one will be the top pocket, this will be the bottom pocket. So that image, this is just a public domain, you know, flower. Let's see. There's another one. Okay, so I'm going to just ink around the edge of this. I've just trimmed them all out, printed on lightweight cream colored cardstock. So I was thinking what might be kind of fun too is to actually use an envelope here, like a mini envelope as the pocket. Instead of just a piece of paper, you know, you could make that an envelope. And see, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I can find them. Here we go. So take like a little envelope this size, and since it's, obviously I wouldn't have the closure on it, but see, an envelope that opens up like that, you know, with a little magnet. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I think I might do that too. But if the envelope is open and you want to use it as your pocket, you could stitch that there and there, okay? And then, you know, you could even store little things in there, like little like stamps or, you know, stickers or things like that, and then you could have that be a pocket too. So with a magnet closure, that would be a nice little storage area, and you could do the same thing up here. So, oh, I'm just full of great ideas. All right, so what I want to do though is I'm going to actually round this corner off a little bit. Just because that's what I like to do. So there's my bottom pocket. Oops, I think I switched them. That's okay. Okay, and then that's my top. Okay, so I'll ink the edges of this, and then I'm going to stitch these images onto there and then do my my borders. So I'm going to grab my sewing machine. And the glue is, you know, I mean, it's dry enough. Like, might be better if it were a little bit drier to be running it through my sewing machine, but, you know, it's not going to hurt anything, I don't think. I don't know. I just wanted to do a little kind of craft with me type of thing and kind of get back in the flow. So I have this little light that, it's a little aught light that I bought at Joann's, so that I could get a little bit more light in here, because the light that comes on this machine is not very, it's not very bright. So I want to just stitch around that border because I won't have any other opportunity to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to stitch this on. I'm stitching this image onto the pocket. Okay, and then I'll do the same on this one. Almost done. I suppose I could have even made that image like a little pocket, just left it open at the top, you know, that could have been cool too. Okay, so then, so these are going to go like that, right? The only danger is that things will slip as you're closing this up. So, you know, it might be nice if, you know, if you're concerned about that, if you decide to make something like this or whatever, if you don't round this off and make it so that it's closed on the top and the bottom and the pocket just opens on the side, like on one end, right? But I like the way this looks, and I think it'll be okay. So I'm gonna stitch this on, and at the same time I'm gonna be basically doing the border stitching too. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a zigzag, kind of a, whoops, not like a really wide zigzag, kind of a narrow, longer zigzag. So I'm going right up to my fold. Okay, and then down. Technically I should be doing this on the other side of the, come on, there we go. I should be doing this on the other side because now I've got the back of the stitching, like the underside of the stitching is showing on the front. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and stitch it again. Stuff you want to maybe, you know, think about, right? mean, I don't mind things being, you know, looking messy or whatever, but definitely does not have to be perfect in my book. See, I kind of went over the fold on there a little bit. No big deal. And then all I'm worried about is that I'm not stitching that curved edge of the pocket. You know, this is the reason that I wanted to make sure that I didn't stitch this down. So, okay, so let me do this one. And I'll stitch it in. I'll just stitch the pocket in on this side, and then I'll flip it over. I'll flip it over and do the border from the other side. Okay. So flip this over, run around the border. Okay, and then I do want to stitch around the flap too. So I know a lot of stitching in this, but you know, what can I say? I've been told that my sewing machine's not super loud on video, so hopefully that's the truth. I think I'm done with the sewing machine. Okay, so there we go. So we've got pocket here, and so you can take, you know, some tags and stick them in there. Like that, right? And close it up. Yeah, I like it. Okay. So then I want to do my eyelet here. I took the little rubber handles off of this just because they were irritating me. In case you're wondering, it's still the crocodile. I just took the handles off. I'm doing a small eyelet. And then I think I'm going to do the, like a button. Yeah, I think I'll do the button closure on this, like a wraparound closure. So I'm just eyeballing this in the center. And then I'm going to put a large eyelet there. Let's do a green one. Oh my God. Okay. Almost lost it a couple times. Okay. All right. Okay, and then let me get these tags out of the way. Too many tags. Let me grab some baker's twine and a button. Let's just do this dark green. So I want to pull off enough. I mean, this is going to be double, so I want to pull off enough that it'll wrap around this envelope twice. Okay. So, and this is more than I need, but it's better to have a little more than not enough, right? Okay, so I'm doubling it and then taking the loop through that eyelet and then pulling through the tail. Okay, so like that. And then, so you want this to wrap around twice, totally. And then have a little bit of a tail. So we need a button to put on there. Let's find a large-ish button. Doesn't have to be huge, but there, we'll use that green one. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna try to just feed these through. Okay, so I'm coming in from the bottom of the button. Come on. I need some of those dental flosser things. Or I could just put it on a needle, I suppose. Ah! Okay. This is gonna fit through there. Okay. Okay. There. That was easier. All right. So in through the back and then down. Okay. So that's it. And you kind of want it to have a little bit of tension. Okay. So that the button stays where you have it, where you need it. And it's better to make sure that it's kind of adjustable, I think, because, you know, if you have a lot of stuff in here, you may want to reposition your button. Okay. So that's the idea. It wraps around like that, right? And then, yeah, it's closed up. So I think that's better than doing the snap or the magnet. Okay, so I just want to add a little piece of chain. Where did my ball chain go? Okay. So Joann's has this, I think it's over where the, you know, where the, like, stringing supplies, bead cord, and that kind of stuff. They have this package of ball chain that has 7 different colors of ball chain in it. And it's real thin. It's real thin. It's smaller than the Tim Holtz ball chain, and it's nice because it fits that. So this is the Tim Holtz ball chain right here. See, it's a little bit thicker. It's a little bigger. So this is the stuff from Joann's. This is the Tim Holtz, and the Tim Holtz will fit through these eyelets, but it's, you know, it doesn't move very well, you know, so, or through the small eyelets, I mean. So I like to use that one that I got from Joann's. I can't tell you the size because I don't know what it is, but it's the one that has 7 different colors. Okay. So this is what I'm using as a, oh my God. And yes, they're tiny. So when you have man hands, this kind of stuff is very tedious. Plus I don't have my glasses on. So, okay, so you just put the little connector on one end, and then it strings through the eyelet, and then there. Okay, so that's a place where we can add some charms or whatever. I like to just do maybe take a green bulb pin or gourd pin or garment pin, whatever you want to call it, and just add a couple of buttons on there. Just a little, you know, something. A little something, something. There. And then just kind of hook it on there. I mean, you could put all kinds of stuff on there. I'm not going to go crazy with that at the moment. But yeah, so there we go. Got a little bit of bling and kind of a cool little envelope that you can store tags in. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably make a whole bunch of those. And it'll give me some place to offer up those tags and to store them in. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Okay, love you. Bye.